What did the chimp eat before dinner? Another one. An appetizer. Two chimp jokes in a row. Wait. They said monkey, and then they said chimp in the punchline, and then the next one had chimp in the setup, and ape in the punchline. So presumably the next joke will have ape in the setup, and then who knows. I got this vintage Betty Boop candy dispenser from a line called Sweet KLIK. It seems to be a Pez dispenser, but specifically formulated for Smarties. I don't know if this was made by the Smarties brand. No, I don't think so. It says awesome candies. Now, I think this is a really cool concept because I love candy dispensers, but Pez is really like the only candy dispenser that's caught on and become like a collectible. But Pez candy itself is just like okay. I don't have anything against it, but I really think the biggest selling point for Pez, the reason it's stuck around so long and the big novelty of it, is the dispensers. Smarties, on the other hand, as cool as the roll is, that may have something to do with the staying power. I actually love Smarties I love the design, but, and that has something to do with it being my favorite candy, and it is my favorite candy, but I do also like it as a candy. Like, I can eat just a bunch of these and I'll feel sick. So the idea of having a candy dispenser specifically for my favorite candy, the candy that I got a candy purse specifically shaped like, and then the wrappers fell off and I lost one of them, and I still have one here. I'm gonna have to find some sort of way to repair it, make some sort of modification to it. I don't know. The idea of having a candy dispenser for that sounds great to me. So I looked into this Sweet KLIK. And they literally only ever did Betty Boop themed candy dispensers. Now I was gonna get this anyway because I have a few pieces of Betty Boop merchandise. Really, just the Mr. Boop book, which is not really Betty Boop merchandise. And I think I have one pin I got at like Hot Topic or something, and that's pretty much it. Because I'm not a Betty Boop collector. There's a lot that you could collect for a Betty Boop, but I like the Garfield aesthetic more. Betty Boop is cool, I guess. I've talked enough about Betty Boop. Listen to I did a whole podcast about something adjacent to Betty Boop, so I've talked enough about Betty Boop. But it's weird to me that they put all of their eggs in the Betty Boop basket, and this was like, I don't see any years on this. 2006. So this was well past the Betty Boop craze as well. Which is something you'll see with a lot of Garfield merchandise as well, which I'm all for, and I'm all for it with Betty Boop as well. I just wish they had branched out a little bit, because maybe this would have stuck around, and would have done numbers for Smarties sales for sure, and maybe that would have even saved Smarties bubblegum. There's some Smarties bubblegum here. Anyway, I'm gonna open this because as much as I like it in the package, I would really love to have a Smarties candy dispenser, and I'm hoping that this works for this. And I can't find any more online. I don't think I was able to. So I'm just going to have to use this one. I'm going to try to preserve the case a little bit open on the bottom already. So I'm going to try to squeeze it, pull it out carefully. But I do want to wrap this up as well. So, and the candy is just, I don't collect rotten candy. I collect wrappers, but I'm gonna have to throw these out. Even though it's cool that they're like small wrappers, although that makes me think it's not gonna fit a whole roll of Smarties. Wait a second. Maybe? No, it won't. I've got 30 seconds to try to set this up. I can't do another take because I already opened it. But either way, final thoughts. I think it's cool. I wish it had stuck around, and hopefully I'll be able to use this to eat Smarties in the future, even if it's a little unpractical. At least this one's clean, unlike most of my Garfield Pez dispensers. I cannot get them clean. Alright, I put a few in. Let's try it out. How the hell does this work? Oh. Like that, and then it pops out. Oh. This is the beginning of this got cut off.